So basically the way this nigga acts is if he doesn't agree with something you have to say or if something triggers him, because he's a weak black man at the end of the day, offended that somebody said nigga, or offended that Nick doesn't want to live around blacks because he's sick of seeing people just be senselessly murdered. Nick's a fed, and I'm a psyop. I said nigga, he's offended. Nick said, I don't want to live around blacks. He's offended. Calls him a fed. He's being paid. Same thing. So we're in the same boat. So I do have a dog in this fight.
I'm sick and tired of all girls getting blamed, or like guys, for information.
We don't need to watch
fresh off the
video,
boat. They're married to broke ass.
She seems like a total psyop to me.
Oh, totally. Look at these two blacks. If you told me that this was a conservative show, I would never believe you. If I didn't know this was The Blaze, I would never believe you. I would have thought this was one of the millions of little loser black shows on black Twitter where they were shitting on, can you believe this cracker said nigga? By the way, I said nigga, not nigger, okay? You're a nigger. Both of these are niggers. Nigger. But these two niggers right here are simply offended that I use the N-word. That's the crux of all this. They can explain away all they want. They can make it sound intellectual. They can make sound like it's a real hot take. But bottom line, these people are offended that I said the N-word. Okay? This is why I don't trust people of color on our team. I'm sorry, because I've seen so many of them flip. I see so many of them flip. Just like that fag. Who's that black fag? He was a big conservative guy. He's a total faggot. And apparently he went to some rally or somebody, and he claims that somebody said the N-word, and then he's on CNN talking about racism on the right wing. It's like, this is our token blacks, okay? These are our black conservatives. You say something that it triggers them, and the BLM comes out immediately. So you can't, the point of this is don't trust them, okay?
A plant, someone put a battery in her back. This is some scheme someone's orchestrated. They want to trigger people into supporting her and then reveal dirt on her.
Okay, well, this didn't age well. What dirt on me exactly? So it's been about a year since I came on the scene, and I've been under believe me, I've been under a microscope. Hundreds of thousands of people digging into my every aspect of my life, okay? So this didn't age well. This is all just elaborate because you're offended that somebody said the N-word. Meanwhile, you're Mr. Pro-Free Speech. You're Mr. Anti-Cancellation. Cancel culture ends here. Cancel culture bad. We're not offended. Shut the fuck up, nigger. Shut the fuck up. You're just offended that I said the N-word. And you're just offended and a crybaby, just like Nick said, because Nick said he doesn't want to live around your ass. So get the fuck out of here.
And say, look who you're supporting. And so she'll end up being Nicole Fuentes. There's Nick Fuentes that everybody gets upset about, and now they'll have Nicole Fuentes.
I actually find that quite complimentary. I love how even in this video he compares me and Nick. Because he's offended. You're a fucking pussy, Jason Whitlock. You're a fucking pussy. And you're a nigger. And you're an Uncle Tom. And you're a coon. Okay? So, it is what it is. More on Jason. This is, again, his take. He's super up in arms and taking the Christian route here. He's super up in arms that anybody is mad at the way that Austin Metcalf's dad responded when people were asking him about the killing. So people naturally are like, well, this is a racial thing. Because it is, all right? This is a racial thing and people are outraged. What does his dad come out and say? Austin's dad comes out. His kid's not cold in the grave. And he's already trying to be like, this isn't racist. Stop saying this is a racism thing. I forgive him. It's totally fine. And people are naturally a little incensed at that. They're like, well, I mean, I don't want to criticize you. Your son just died, but that's definitely not the approach I would take if it was my son that got stabbed in the heart by a black person. I wouldn't be jumping the gun with his body not even in the grave yet to explain to people how he forgives him and it's not racist. Please. But this is more of him talking about people who have righteous indignation after this, and we're fed up.
Carmelo Anthony stabbed this boy because he has no emotional control and he's
loyal to a culture that tells him any disrespect.
No, dude, it's a genetic problem, okay? This is why blacks over in Africa are behaving the exact same way. It's not, we don't need to evangelize the blacks. It's not about better education. It's not about the rap music. It's a genetic component. I'm sorry, but it's true, okay? Race realism is a thing. It's actually true. White people are good at building systems. They're good at building civilizations. We're just great at a lot of things. And black people are good at committing acts of violence, okay? There's a genetic component there. I'm sorry, but it's true. How else do you explain why they act the exact same way here? In Africa, wherever they live, they act the exact same way. Because it's who they are. All right? It's a racial thing, dude. It's not the rap music. Nobody's making these people go out and do that. White people listen to rap music. My brothers listen to rap music, and they're not out randomly stabbing people, okay? So it's not the culture, which, by the way, the culture that blacks made. It's not the culture. It's blacks. Blacks are the problem.
Should be met with aggression and violence. What Carmelo Anthony did, he would do to a black boy, a black girl, an adult, a child. He would do it to anybody. If he feels disrespected, the culture tells him.
Yeah, but there's a racial thing here too, okay? Yes, I actually agree blacks are murdering blacks all the time. But what you're failing to think, you're trying to steer this away from race. No, dude, it is a race thing. It's a black thing. Blacks are the problem.
Be aggressive and respond violently and make sure they know not to ever disrespect you again. It's played out over and over and over again in every major city. Black people, this and these idiots to obey God and trying to do his part to prevent the racial conflict that the leftists and these idiots on the right want to promote. This man's not a coward. This isn't unmasculine what he's doing.
Yeah, it is, okay? If that was my kid, the last thing that would be on my mind is thinking about forgiveness and kumbaya. The first thing on my mind would be hunting down this animal and getting revenge. And avenging the death of my child, okay? So yeah, it's a very cucked response, thanks to years of anti-white propaganda and white guilt. That's why he responded the way he is. This is a cultural phenomenon. This is the problem. Whites are finally starting to wake up, and these blacks, they don't like it. They don't want us to address the elephant in the fucking room.
He's protecting his child, he's protecting himself, and he's protecting that boy's mother. And he's obeying the God who has told him.
Okay, so you make it all about this. Yeah. Why don't you do that? Why don't you go live in the hood, Jason? Because I doubt you live in the hood. Why don't you go to the hood and you start handing out Bibles? And let's see how the crime rate just drops. Let's turn off all the radios so they can't listen to rap music, and let's see the violence drop. Let's try that, Jason. But I guarantee you don't live in the hood. And there's a reason why you don't live in the hood. Even you don't want to live around your own people. So you're just a fucking pussy. He's just a fucking pussy at the end of the day.